Look at your calendar right now. It is lying to you. Corbin here. I've stared at Enoch's calendar so long, I can calculate the missing solar days in my sleep. Only, nobody told you. The Book of Luminaries claims humanity was handed a perfect 364-day solar law. Then, religious authorities quietly erased it and forced a shifting lunar year onto the world. Here is how the true celestial clock works and why they hid it. Every modern calendar relies on a fundamental lie about how time flows. We track months by the moon, watching phases shift across seasons. It feels natural. You see a full moon, you count 29 days. Except the lunar year drifts by 11 full days every single solar cycle. If you follow the moon, your harvest festivals slowly wander into winter. Ancient priesthoods knew this error created massive agricultural chaos. Yet temple leaders insisted on maintaining the lunar calculation. If you are enjoying this deep dive into lost texts, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now. Enoch called this lunar dependency a fatal corruption of divine law. He warned that worshipping by the moon leads to broken timing. Enoch did not invent his solar calendar from human observation. According to chapter 72, celestial secrets were physically handed to him. Angelic guides brought down heavenly tablets containing immutable solar paths. These tablets inscribed exact numbers, 364 days. Not a fraction more, not a single hour less. The number divides perfectly into 52 complete weeks of 7 days. That means every single holy day lands on the exact same weekday every year. No extra leap months, no priesthood guessing when the month begins. It removed human politics from sacred time. The sun was declared the sole keeper of true cosmic order. And that exact perfection was what made it dangerous. You might wonder how 364 days covers a solar year. Modern astronomy counts 365 and a quarter days. Enoch answers this with 4 special hidden days called intercalary days. One day added at the end of each season to mark equinoxes and solstices. These 4 days belong to the leaders of the celestial order. They act as hinges connecting the 4 quarters of the year. Without these 4 gatekeeper days, the entire calendar collapses into error. Enoch explicitly states that men will forget to count these 4 days. Drop a quick like on the video if you find this ancient mystery fascinating. By omitting the 4 seasonal markers, humanity corrupted sacred time. The entire solar rhythm was thrown off by human oversight. The text warns this error alters the seasons themselves. The Book of Enoch describes 12 celestial portals controlling the sun. 6 gates in the east, where the sun rises, 6 in the west, where it sets. Month by month, the sun shifts from one specific gate to the next. This isn't poetic symbolism. It is precise directional astronomy. When the sun enters the 4th gate, day and night become exactly equal. That marks the true spring equinox, according to Enochian law. As it moves to the 6th gate, day stretches to its maximum length. The proportions of light and darkness are divided into 18 total parts. 10 parts light to 8 parts darkness at the summer peak. Every step of the sun is governed by strict mathematical ratios. Nothing is random in Enoch's cosmic machinery. The portals ensure the sun never strays from its track. How does the sun move through these giant gates every day? Enoch describes massive heavenly chariots driven by wind forces. The wind propels the solar chariot across the sky by day. At night, it turns back through the north to return to the east. It cools off in the northern abyss before rising again. Modern readers dismiss this as primitive myth, yet the underlying math matches real atmospheric thermal cycles. The terminology uses ancient concepts to explain thermodynamics. The wind drives energy flows, maintaining atmospheric equilibrium. Enoch framing solar law as mechanical motion was revolutionary. It removed caprice from celestial dynamics. Enoch reserved his harshest warnings for those adopting lunar years. He declared that in the last days, human timing would become corrupted. People would count the year incorrectly by lunar cycles. Crops would fail to ripen because planting occurred at wrong times. Rain would be withheld during expected seasonal windows. The entire natural order destabilizes when calendar law is broken. Enoch called this astronomical deviation a curse upon agriculture. If this idea resonates, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss our upcoming reveals. If you agree that ancient calendars hide lost knowledge, comment calendar below. Religious festivals held on wrong days lost their spiritual alignment. The lunar shift severed humanity from divine cosmic rhythms, and that separation was entirely intentional. To understand why this solar order was hidden, we have to look at the guide who revealed it. Enoch writes that Archangel Uriel showed him the exact mathematical rotations of the cosmos. Not a single second was left to human guesswork or priestly manipulation. Uriel charted every luminary, every gate, and every single degree of solar motion. He made it clear that the sun governs time under unalterable divine law. Yet religious authorities later discarded Uriel's celestial blueprint entirely. They preferred a calendar they could shift whenever political power required it. If you are finding this hidden history eye-opening, subscribe to the channel right now. Uriel warned that altering these cycles would corrupt human understanding of sacred days, and that exact corruption is precisely what unfolded across the ancient Mediterranean, until archaeologists stumbled upon a hidden library in the desert sand. In 1947, Bedouin shepherds found pottery jars inside Qumran caves. Inside were the Dead Sea Scrolls, preserved for over 2,000 years. Mainstream scholars expected standard temple texts, but they found something far more dangerous. The Qumran community had broken away from Jerusalem over one central conflict: the calendar. They fiercely preserved Enoch's 364-day solar count. They viewed the lunar calendar enforced in Jerusalem as a complete apostasy. I made a video here on the channel about how the Dead Sea Scrolls hid this solar calendar. Check it out. The scrolls prove this was not a minor dispute over dates. It was a war between celestial truth and human religious control. And the mathematics of Qumran revealed a system of absolute perfection. A system where chaotic leap months were completely impossible. Consider the mathematical elegance of Enoch's 364-day year. It divides perfectly into 52 weeks. Not 52 weeks plus a shifting fraction, but exact weeks every single year. This means every holy day falls on the exact same weekday forever. Passover never shifts to a Friday one year and a Tuesday the next. The Sabbath never collides with ritual preparation days. The entire liturgical year remains locked in perfect symmetry. If you value this deep breakdown of ancient scriptures, hit subscribe to join us. Under our modern calendar, dates slide around constantly. Under Enoch's law, time was a fixed reflection of divine order. So why did ancient rulers destroy something so mathematically clean? Because a predictable calendar strips the priesthood of its power. When priests control a fluctuating lunar calendar, they control society. Only they could declare when a new moon was spotted. Only they could add intercalary months to fix agricultural delays. Enoch's solar calendar removed human authority completely. A farmer could look at the sun and know the exact sacred date without asking a priest. That democratization of time was unacceptable to imperial power structures. When the Second Temple hierarchy aligned with Hellenistic rulers, Enoch was erased. His books were cast out of official canons and labeled apocryphal. If you agree that ancient political motives hid this truth, comment suppressed below. They claimed his solar math was inaccurate. Yet ignoring solar laws caused the exact cosmic chaos Enoch predicted. Seasons began to drift away from human counts. The Book of Enoch contains a startling warning about calendar manipulation. It states that when men alter the solar counts, rain will be withheld. Crops will arrive late, and fruit will fail to ripen on time. This was not poetic metaphor. It was a description of ecological misalignment. Planting crops according to a shifting moon disrupts agricultural timing. The sun dictates soil temperature, seasonal rainfall, and harvest cycles. Divorcing the human calendar from solar mechanics created agricultural disaster. Yet ancient elites blamed the farmers' sins rather than their own corrupted calendar. They kept the true astronomy locked away as forbidden knowledge. Knowledge so precise that early authorities deemed it a threat to public order. Because whoever understands the stars can see right through human deception. The Book of Luminaries in Enoch is essentially an ancient astronomical manual. It outlines the exact alignments of major constellations throughout the year. Early church fathers deemed this level of detailed star tracking dangerous. They claimed it bordered on forbidden Babylonian astrology. But Enoch's astronomy was purely mathematical and observational. It mapped the natural machinery built by the Creator into the skies. By suppressing Enoch, ancient religious leaders cut society off from cosmic reality. They replaced observable celestial law with institutional dogma. And in doing so, they hid the prophetic clock that Enoch established. A clock that counts down to the end of current world ages. A clock whose final ticks are tied directly to the sun. In the final chapters of Enoch, the solar calendar shifts from astronomy to prophecy. The 364-day count sets the exact timeline for end-time events. Enoch writes that in the final days, the sun's law will be altered visible to all. The sun will shine brighter at night, and seasonal markers will shatter. Those who abandon the true solar calendar will be caught completely unprepared, because they were watching man-made dates while the divine clock expired. If you made it all the way to the end of this journey, subscribe to the channel right now. And if you made it this far, comment sunlight so I know you watched until the end. Enoch's calendar is not just ancient history. It is a code waiting to be restored. And here on my channel, there is a video about how the sun's gates were real. Take a look. This final solar code doesn't just measure time. It restores the alignment buried under centuries of human revision. When you align the 4 seasonal gates, the entire cycle locks into mathematical perfection without shifting a single day. If you reach the end of this journey, comment solar below so I know you witnessed the full revelation. The priests knew that losing this calendar meant losing touch with the natural rhythm of creation itself. Enoch recorded these laws not as a suggestion, but as an unchangeable cosmic blueprint. Subscribe to the channel right now to keep uncovering the forbidden truths preserved in ancient texts. The true calendar remains hidden in plain sight, waiting for those who dare to look beyond tradition. Did the ancients alter time to control humanity? And here on my channel, there is a video about how solar cycles rule the calendar.